Hi guys, and welcome to this new game. Here I'm gonna show you how I play Kennen ADC. So here you can see the runes that I'm using, and essentially there is a lot of attack speed, cooldown, a little bit of lifesteal, and a little bit of crit. So that is my personal preference, but after you can do whatever you like, you know, you can tweak it. But for me it worked pretty well. And here you can see is the masteries that I use, and actually I use 2253. So here you can see I take 4 points in attack speed and 4 points in cooldown. I will say a little bit why later, but it's pretty useful. And yeah, I go damage, you know, 22 points on damage and a little bit in defense, and I take 3 points in speed in the utility tree because it can be very handy. Now, I know that most of the people, they say, oh, Kennen is not necessarily a legit ADC, da 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 da. And it's true, it's not necessarily the best ADC, and it's certainly not a meta ADC. But the kit of Kennen is pretty interesting, and here you can see that coupled with a pretty good support, you can still do your job pretty well. Okay, that's no doubt about that. So here I must say that Thresh in this game was pretty good, but here you have some examples of what an AD Kennen can do. And what do I mean by that? I mean, first thing, in this fight you could see I used the utility of Kennen to CC people. Alright, it's very easy to CC people with Kennen's kit. When you understand how it works, it's very easy. Plus, the thing that makes Kennen viable as an ADC is his W. So here you can see it's another action. So Thresh have made a beautiful hook, and after from there up, unfortunately he killed me, but yeah, we killed Jinx, and I'm pretty good now in this game at a 3-1-0, and it's pretty good. And also I must admit that Thresh was a pretty good support, but yeah. So where was I? Yeah, so Kennen can be very good at an ADC because of his W. Alright, the W giving the possibility to convert a percentage of his basic attack into magic damage. And you're gonna say, well, Sean, an ADC is supposed to do 80 damage, so why the fact that the W converts, you know, 80 damage into AP? Why does it make viable as an AD? Well, it's a good question, and the reason is, if for example you build 100% damage with Kennen, you will not only do a pretty good chunk of damage, but you're gonna bring something that most of the ADC are not going to bring most of the time. It's a mix of damage, right? A little bit like Corki, and some champions like that, Tristana. Those guys are ADCs, but they don't do only AD damage. You know, Corki can do a little bit of true damage and a little bit of magic damage, if I remember, and it's the same with Tristana. She can do AD and magic damage, and it's the same thing when Kennen, you know. So here it's a little mistake, like Thresh wanted to give me the occasion to kill Jayce, so I took the hook I shouldn't, and Shiv was pretty strong that game, so that was a mistake on my part. But yeah, so what Kennen's gonna bring on the table is that not only is gonna do 80 damage, but he's also gonna do a little bit of AP damage. For all the games that I've played of AD Kennen, what I figure out is that Kennen's kits do, I can say, 63-65% of damage AD. You know, if you go full AD damage with Kennen, it's gonna do 65% of damage AD, and the rest 35% is gonna be AP. So it's a pretty good ratio, you know. Like if you're going against a team that's gonna say, oh, I'm gonna play against an AD, most of the time they're gonna build armor. Alright, so unless you have a very AP heavy team, you know, most of the time the guys are going to build armor against you, and they're not necessarily going to protect themselves against your AP damage. Alright? But even if I protect, you know, even if I invest a little bit of gold in armor and AP, it's still fine, because if I invest points in order to protect themselves against your magic damage, then they will be more vulnerable to your armor, you know, to your AD damage, because they will have less armor. So at one point they will have to trade. They will say, oh gosh, like Kennen is also doing magic damage, but you will see in 80% of the games the guys are not going to build magic resistance, especially if you go AD and you are the only you know, if you are an ADC and guys want to build against you, most of the time they're gonna build armor. They're not going to waste their gold on magic. And even if they do waste their gold on magic, as I say, it's gonna be waste, because they're gonna protect only towards 35% of the damage, and you will still do 65%, so more than half of the damage you're gonna do it as an AD. So it's pretty good. All right. So as you can see there, people try to target me, and there's a second thing that Kennen brings on the table that most of the AD have trouble with, is movement speed. With the electric rush, or the lightning rush, you move at plus 335 movement speed, alright, for 3 or 4 seconds. Plus, for every point that you put in the electric rush, okay, with the lightning rush, you're gonna increase your armor and your magic resistance by 10. So that means that at level 5, you can have 50 armor and you can have 50 magic resistance for 4 seconds. It's huge. It's just like if you have, with an ability, you have the possibility to have a GA, you know, even better. Alright? A GA that gives you the possibility to pass through units and to boost your movement speed by 335. It's huge. Alright, it's huge. And also there is a little trick that most of the people, some people don't know, because people are gonna say, well, Sean, that's great, but as an ADC you're supposed to use your basic attack. And the problem with the skill of, or the kit of Kennen, is that if you use the electric surge, no, the electric rush, sorry, I always mix the two of them. If you use it, then you're not going to be able to use your AD damage. You're not going to use your basic attack. And to that, I'm gonna say it's false, because if you repress E when a Kennen is still in the electrical rush, then it will stop being in lightning form. And then you're gonna say, well, alright, but if you stop being in lightning form, then what's the point? Well, the point is, even if you stop the lightning form a little bit before the 3 or 4 seconds, you're not going to have the movement speed bonus, but you're still gonna keep the armor and the magic resistance bonus until the 4 seconds. Alright, so that means that you can use the electric rush to reposition yourself. You can use the electric rush to GTFO to engage if necessary, but also you can use it as an additional armor and magic resistance, alright, and still attack with your basic attack. The only thing is that when you take the decision to say, alright, from now, like I repress on E, alright, so that means I want to use my basic attack, then your electric surge will be on cooldown, your electric rush will be on cooldown, sorry, and if it's the case, if it's the case, then you will lose a little bit of mobility, alright? But don't forget something, guys, is that in the kit that I'm doing, in my runes and masteries, alright, I'm, I think, at 12.5 plus the 5% in the masteries, so I'm something like at 18%, yeah, 18% cooldown. and every point that you put in Kennen skills reduce the cooldown, so you're gonna be able to use your ability very often. All right, so that's pretty good. The second, the other point with Kennen is that you also can use your shuriken to put a Mark of the Storm, just like I did. All right, so you use it to land a Mark of the Storm, and after, if you use your basic attack with the attack speed that you're gonna have, you're gonna put additional three additional Mark of the Storm, and every 3 Mark of the Storm you stun someone for 1 second or something like that. Alright, so you're gonna be an ADC, but it's gonna be able to stun and be able to do AoE damage. Alright, and every 5 attack you're gonna be able to do at level 5, you convert 80% of your AD damage into magic damage. So it's just like if you have a free Lich Bane that converts your AD damage into magic damage. So not only makes you're gonna do a very good AD damage, but you're gonna have a mixed damage as well, and it's gonna be very hard to build against you. Alright, plus you're gonna have a freaking awesome mobility. Alright, as you can see there, that's the Great Escape. It's the Matrix moment. Like I think Shyvana want to kill me. Everyone in the, you see, like Shyvana jumped on me. Jayce tried to kill me. Jinx tried to put the ultimate. I said no. You see, and they try to, like, you see, they try to kill me. They try, you know, but I'm too fast. I'm just too fast. Like, they cannot cope with me, you know. I just can't. And even there in the chat, they say die, and say I'm like the wind, yeah. But yeah. And another thing that is pretty awesome with Kennen is his ultimate. So you're gonna say, well, Sean, his ultimate is doing an AoE AP damage. How can he help us with AD? It's true, it's not going to make AD damage, but once again, it's gonna give you CC. It's gonna give you CC, and that's something that most of the ADC doesn't have much, you know. And Kennen's kit is full of CC. Alright, if you know how to use it, you can land your stuns, and after you can kill people. Alright, you can kill people all day. So here you can see, like, Thresh put the lantern, but I couldn't grab it because it was a little bit too far just before. But he still grabbed it, and I managed to kill him with the ultimate. You know, it was out of range. I couldn't see him, but I could finish him with my ultimate. Alright, that's a perfect example, you know, and that's bringing something a little bit, something better in Kennen's kit. And once again, like you see, like I put my ultimate, I used the Mark of the Storm, I used the Shuriken, I used the Electric Surge, and at the end of the day, like Shyvana, she was doing a lot of damage, but she was CC'd, you know, she was CC'd. So after you're gonna say, well, there was Morgana with you, but here, look, this example, I'm a 1v1 versus Jayce. So you're gonna say, yeah, he had some of the minions against me, against him. It's true, but you know, at 48 minutes of the game with the stuff that we have, like 5 CS hitting you doesn't change much. All right. And there is a very good item that I would recommend is to buy Trinity, because Trinity on Kennen is just freaking awesome, because you're gonna use your ability spells a lot, and that's gonna bring you you know, additional damage. So that's AD Kennen in a nutshell. I could talk a lot more about it. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I will try to get a little bit deeper in it in another video. If you like it, please give a like, and if you want to see more videos, you feel free to subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.